Ever wondered whether the people around you are truly sincere, and whether friendly smiles and sweet words might actually hide jealousy or lies? We often like to believe we can spot a fake friend or a jealous colleague from a mile away. We think deception looks like a villain in a movie, obvious and sneering. But in reality, betrayal usually comes wrapped in a hug. It hides behind sweet words and overly enthusiastic congratulations. Imagine this. You've just landed a massive promotion. You're celebrating, surrounded by applause, but you catch a fleeting look from someone close to you. For a split second, their smile doesn't reach their eyes. That gut feeling tells you something is wrong. And usually it is. Jealousy is a master of disguise, making those who harbor it dangerous to your peace of mind. But you don't have to navigate this blindly. In this video, we are going to arm you with 10 powerful methods to unmask jealousy and deception. These aren't just psychological tricks, they are rooted in the ancient, battle-tested wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Wisdom that has survived for thousands of years for a reason. By the end of this video, you won't just be able to spot a toxic person. You'll have the tools to protect your energy and build a life defined by truth. Here is my challenge to you. Watch this video until the end. You won't want to skip a single lesson because the one you miss might be the one you need most right now. Let's begin. Method 1. The Stoic reality check. Actions over words. Let's start with a fundamental Stoic rule. Never trust the tongue when the hands are doing something different. People can say anything. Words can be scripted, rehearsed, and polished to perfection. But actions? Actions are the raw, unfiltered truth of a person's character. A friend might pour honey in your ear, telling you how much they support your vision, but then mysteriously vanish the moment you need help moving a couch or finishing a project. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, famously said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Apply this standard to others. Stop analyzing their apologies or their promises. Look at the evidence. Do they praise you in public but critique you in private? Do they promise the world but deliver nothing? Here is a practical tip. Observe how they behave when they think no one is watching, or when there is absolutely no reward for being good. That is where the mask slips. That is where you meet the real person. Method 2. The litmus test of success. Nothing reveals a person's heart quite like your victory. It is easy to sympathize with someone who is suffering. It is human nature to feel bad for a friend in pain. But it takes a truly noble soul to be genuinely happy for a friend who is succeeding. When you share good news, watch their immediate reaction. Do they hesitate? Do they force a smile? Or worse, do they immediately pivot to a story about themselves? A jealous person sees your success as a mirror reflecting their own perceived failures. They might throw out a subtle jab like, "Wow, you got the promotion? You're so lucky they lowered the requirements." Supportive people see your win as proof that winning is possible. Toxic people see your win as a personal attack. If you leave a conversation about your own success feeling drained rather than celebrated, you are dealing with envy. Method 3. The service staff rule. Stoicism teaches us that we are all part of the same human community regardless of status. Therefore, a person's character is defined by how they treat those who can do absolutely nothing for them. Pay close attention to how your associate interacts with waiters, cleaners, or junior employees. Are they charming to the boss but rude to the barista? Do they snap at the cashier but smile at the client? If someone respects power but despises the powerless, they do not have high standards. They have a corrupt character. This selective kindness is a massive red flag. If they treat people below them with disdain, rest assured, the moment you lose your status or utility to them, they will treat you the exact same way. Method 4. The Trojan horse of flattery. We all love a compliment. It feels good. But you must learn to distinguish between genuine praise and weaponized flattery. Sincere praise is specific and usually happens when you've earned it. Flattery, however, is excessive, vague, and often timed right before they ask for a favor. It is a transaction, not a tribute. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that our self-worth must be internal. He wrote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you rely on their compliments to feel good, you give them power over you. A manipulator uses flattery to lower your guard. They inflate your ego so they can steer you. When you hear praise that feels too thick or too frequent, take a step back. Ask yourself, what is the intent here?" Method 5. Radical consistency. Honesty is consistent. A lie has to be constantly managed. Observe the person across different environments. Are they the same person with their family as they are with their boss, or do they shapeshift? A deceitful person is a chameleon. They change their opinions, their tone, and even their values to match whoever is in the room. If they agree with you 100% when you're alone, but then laugh along with a group that's mocking your ideas, that is not social grace. That is cowardice and deceit. Also, apply the gossip test. If they are constantly talking trash about their other friends to you, do not be naive enough to think they aren't doing the exact same thing to you when you leave the room. Method 6. The ego defense, reaction to criticism. How does the person handle being told they are wrong? A wise person, a Stoic, craves the truth. If you show them a mistake, they say thank you because you've helped them improve. A jealous or deceitful person, however, has a fragile ego constructed on lies. If you offer constructive criticism, do they explode? Do they deflect? Do they attack your character instead of addressing the issue? This defensiveness is a fortress protecting their insecurity. If you cannot have a difficult conversation with someone without them declaring war, you are not in a relationship with an adult. You are managing a time bomb. Method 7. Weaponized comparisons. You did a great job, though John did it a bit faster. This is the art of the unintentional comparison. It sounds like casual conversation, but it is a subtle aggression. If someone constantly compares you to others, implying you are falling short, or even comparing themselves to you to prove they are superior, they are revealing deep-seated jealousy. They are trying to introduce a hierarchy where you are always one step below. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own race. If someone is constantly trying to pull you into a competition you didn't sign up for, recognize it as a projection of their own inadequacy. Method 8. The blame game. Adversity reveals character. When things go wrong, and they always do, watch where the finger points. Honest people look in the mirror. They say, "I messed up. I will fix it." Deceitful people look out the window. It's the traffic, it's the weather, it's their coworker, it's you. If you know someone who has a laundry list of excuses for every failure in their life, be very careful. A person who cannot admit to a mistake is a person who is incapable of growth. And eventually, when they need a scapegoat, they will choose you. Method 9. The narrative spinner. How does this person talk about their life? Deceptive people often treat their life story like a marketing campaign. They exaggerate their wins to an unbelievable degree and hide their losses completely. Or they play the eternal victim. Everyone is always mean to them, and they are the innocent martyr. Furthermore, look at how they handle your information. Do they treat your secrets with respect? Or do they use confidential information as social currency to buy attention from others? A person who leaks other people's secrets to you is already leaking yours to them. Method 10. The Visceral Warning. Finally, listen to the voice that speaks without words. Have you ever been around someone who is perfectly polite, yet you feel drained, anxious, or on edge in their presence? That is your primal instinct. Millions of years of evolution have designed your nervous system to pick up on micro-signals, a twitch of the eye, a tone of voice, a delay in response that your conscious brain misses. Stoicism champions reason, but it also respects nature. Your nature is warning you. If you constantly feel the need to be careful around someone, trust that feeling. You shouldn't have to audit every sentence you speak to a friend. If you do, they aren't your friend. Identifying jealousy and deception isn't about becoming paranoid. It's about becoming wise. It is about curating a circle of people who genuinely want the best for you, so you can stop looking over your shoulder and start looking forward. The Stoics believed that we cannot control others, but we can control who we allow into our inner citadel. Life is too short to spend it decoding the lies of false friends. So here is your task. Take these 10 methods and apply just one of them this week. Observe the actions of those around you. Trust your gut. And if you are committed to living a life of truth and peace, I want you to leave one final comment below. Write, "I did it." Let that be your promise to yourself that you are taking control of your environment. If you found value in this, please like the video and subscribe. We are building a community of modern Stoics, and we want you with us. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay observant, and see you in the next video.